Hello guys, welcome back to a new video here in JS Education. My name is Carlos Santana and this is the video number 35 for the course Developing a Headless CMS with TypeScript and GraphQL. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing we need to do on this video is going to backend and then package JSON. And we need to remove the package merge GraphQL schemas.ts because it's deprecated right now. And we are going to replace that with another package a little bit later. And also on source types, you need to remove the folder merge GraphQL schemas.ts. Okay, after you do this, we are going to run ncu-u on both repositories. And as you know, it's very important that you always use only the versions you see on my terminal, otherwise you can have problems. So actually I detect that the .m webpack version, the bump that is a major version from 2 to 3, is causing an issue in the project. So we need to go to backend, and then there is a file called ncu.ncurc JSON. So you need to save this file into the front end folder, and then basically here, instead of sequelize, you need to put this package .m webpack. So this is going to avoid that later when we run ncu-u again, this package is not going to get updated. While I figure out what's going on with that package, for now we're going to ignore that package. So basically, if you go to the package JSON on front end, right now we just need to downgrade to the previous version, that is number 2, and you are ready to install the packages. Like that. Okay, so after you install the packages, there are 2 new packages that we need to install on the backend to replace the package that we just removed, which is npm install add GraphQL tools /load files, and the other package is add GraphQL tools /merge. So you need to install those on the backend, and then you need to go to source GraphQL resolvers index. And we are going to replace this package with this one. So the file loader we had before now is going to be replaced for load file sync, and the merge resolvers we are going to get it from this package now. So you can remove this part, and you need to change the function file loader, and basically on the merge resolvers on this version now we don't need this all parameter, like that. And then you need to go to types index, and we are going to do the same. So basically you need to import merge type defs. Before was just merge types, just like that. And also you need to replace the file loader and the merge type defs and remove the all. So that's it, what you need to do there. Now you need to go back to resolvers and then go to value.ts, and we are going to add a new mutation after update values. So basically this mutation is gonna be for delete values. Is this one here, delete values, which is going to receive an entries array. And we are going to use the same technique that we used on the update values, using the array of promises, and then execute each promise at the end using Promise.all. So basically here, what we are going to do is iterate over each entry, and then get a new promise, and basically we're going to destroy the record that we find using the entry ID like this. And basically we just resolve the promise, return the entry ID we just removed. We push the promise in the array of deleted values promises, and basically here we just execute with await Promise.all all the promises we just collect here, and we return those values, deleted values. So that's it, what we need to do here. Now you need to go to types and then value. So there is a new type called deleted entries. Also, you need to include the mutation delete values, which is going to receive an entries of type entries input that we will create after, and deleted entries is going to be returned. And basically the input is going to be this one. Is going to have an ID, a checked, and a status. Basically, this is what is returning the table from fogg-ui component. And when you select multiple checkbox, that's how you send the information. Okay, so after this, you need to go now to the front end, and then basically source, app, dashboard, content, custom fields, index. And in here, we are going to get the function getReferenceTitle from fogg-utils. It's a new function. And we are going to replace on line 112 this map. So basically this map is gonna be, we are going, before we were getting the title, getting like the object.entries from the entry and doing like this. But the problem is that if you don't have the correct order in your entries, normally here the title can print like the ID or like the dates, like not the actual title that you want, which should be non-system field, sorry, that you need to render there. So basically we're going to replace this, and it's pretty much the same. I just simplify this by, on the title we pass getReferenceTitle and then just the entry, and this function is going to filter all the system fields and just is going to return the title based on custom fields. If there is no custom field, then it's going to return the word unknown. So that's it for that. Now you need to go to content index, and then we need to add use state and a new function from fogg-utils that it's called pluralify. It's a function that I created. Also, we need to import the delete entries model that we will create later. We need to add two new states right here. One to open the model and the other to save the entries that we will select to delete or to publish or unpublish. For now, it's just going to be the delete part. Then we need to define the method handle delete entries model, which basically is going to receive the entries to delete array. Basically, this is an array. And then, well, we need to put here any array, just like that. Okay, so basically here with this function, we open the model, and if we get more than, at least one, then we set the entries using this state. The next thing is you need to add a fragment on the HTML. just like this. And then we are going to render our model delete entries. So in here in the label, if you see, I have delete pluralify. Pluralify basically, sorry, is a function that is going to receive the first parameter, the singular word or the singular string you want to print. The second one is the plural, and the third one is the count of the number. So for example, we are passing entries, and then the entries length. So if entries length is 1, it's going to render delete entry. If it's 2 or more, it's going to say delete entries. Also, if it's 0, it's going to say delete entries. Basically, we pass the entries on the data, so now entries is going to be available in this model. The last thing we need to do is going to on delete on the table. And basically, we are passing the IDs, the selected IDs to delete, to handle delete entries model. So that's the only change we need to do here. And now we are going to create a new model called delete entries model.tsx. And basically this model is pretty much the same of the other delete models that we have created. We just need to include the delete values mutation that we will create later. So in here we get the data from our options. We create the delete values mutation, and then in our handle submit on the variables we declare our entries and getting that value from data.entries. And basically we just execute the mutation. If the mutation was executed correctly and we delete the entries, basically we just redirect to the same page. And here we are going to say, are you sure you want to delete? And we use again pluralify. Basically inside is just a ternary condition, right? So this entry or these entries getting from data entries length. This cannot be reverted, and then a cancel button and delete button, and we also use the pluralify function here. So that's it, what we need to do in this file. Now let's go to models reference model, and then we are going to do basically the same that we did before on the content with the get reference title. So basically here on the line 37, well, we need to remove this title here. And then here on the 37, we are going to get the title, passing get reference title, and then the entry. And then you need to go to GraphQL, values, and then you need to create the mutation delete values.mutation.ts, which is going to be this one. Is going to receive the entries array and then execute the delete values. And the last part is going to pages_document. And this is just a warning that I received with the new version of Next, that we need to specify our HTML. So here we replace the HTML tag with the HTML component, and we change the language to be English for now. Okay, so that's it. Those are all the changes we need to do. So let's run our project to see if it actually works. Okay. I'm not going to clean my data on the backend because we need to add like a lot of models and fields, and I don't want to waste time on that. So I'm going straight to the point. So for example, if we have content on post, see, So let's suppose, okay, I have one entry here. I'm going to create a new one, saying new post one, any content. This author Carlos Santana using here is the get reference title that I mentioned you before. So before it was rendering like random fields based on the order. I'm going to save this entry and then I'm going to create a new one. Also as a draft. So let's go to the list, entries list, and look this. So I have two entries on draft status and then one entry with published status. So if we select one entry that is on draft status, we are going to see delete option, publish, and unpublish. If you select another draft, we still see these three options. But if you select all of them and at least one of the entries has published status, now you cannot delete the entries. It got disabled because you need to first unpublish your entry to be able to delete it. And so for example, if you select just one that is on draft and you click delete, we are going to see this model say delete entry as singular. And then are you sure you want to delete this entry? This cannot be reverted. And then if you select two or more, now you are going to say delete entries. Are you sure you want to delete these entries? This cannot be reverted. So if we click on delete entries, it's going to remove them and basically now we don't see them here. So for the publish one, also we cannot delete this unless we unpublish this part, but that's gonna be for next videos. For next videos, we are going to work on the publish and the unpublish actions. So that's it for now. So I hope you liked this video. Remember that if you have any question, feel free to join our Slack community. The link is on the description. Also, if you really like those videos, please help me sharing those and subscribe to this new channel. So that's it. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video. Bye.